Hey, my name is Mike, and this is a too long didn't read guide for the Restless Cabal fight in the Crucible of Storms. I'll be referring to Fathul the Feared as Faisal. He does Sheer Mind on the tank, which applies a stacking dot which reduces all your stats by 10% for 20 seconds. Swap around 3 stacks. Do not stand in the big purple swirly, do stand in the small purple swirlies. If you get Crushing Doubt, you have 12 seconds to get out of the raid so you deal less damage to them. This also reduces your movement speed by 25% every 2 seconds, so don't wait around until the last second to move. I'll be referring to Zaxaj the Speaker as Slenderman. No one except for one ranged DPS with primarily single target DPS should attack him to start the fight. He'll cast a Photic Blast at his target, which increases the player's threat generation for 30 seconds. Once this has been applied, it's safe for other players to attack Slenderman. On Heroic, if this debuff falls off, that player will become hostile to everyone and will not be able to be healed, which means they'll probably die. This blast does less damage to the player the further away they are, so they should be standing at max distance, which is 30 yards. It'll also deal damage to anyone within 5 yards of you, so make sure not to be near anyone else. Slenderman will also do a frontal cone called Cerebral Assault that you want to avoid. He puts Dark Herald on random people, indicated by this purple circle around them. It's a 10-second debuff that applies another debuff called Promises of Power to anyone within the circle every 5 seconds. Promises of Power increases your damage but also decreases your health by 10%. You get a stack of this every 3 seconds up to 9 stacks. This needs to be dispelled, and on Heroic the Dispeller will take damage. Around the platform there's 3 relics. Every time you shave 25% health off of a boss, they'll activate the nearest relic. Each time a boss activates a relic, they gain a permanent stacking 10% damage buff. If a boss activates a relic that they've already activated before, you'll probably just die. My guild activated the relics in this order: Faisal Trident, Slenderman Tempest, Slenderman Trident, Faisal Tempest, Faisal Voidstone, Slenderman Voidstone. There are other orders that you can activate them in though. Activating the Trident puts down a bubble which absorbs 75% of all the damage dealt to enemies within the bubble. Try to fit as many enemies you can in here so you can deal more damage to the bubble itself. If it's still alive after 20 seconds, it'll explode and deal raid-wide AoE based on how much health it had left. The Tempest looks like an electrified crown. Activating it will create a 15-second raid-wide AoE that reduces the raid's damage by 50%. If any player or enemy, excluding the bosses, are below 25% health while this AoE is happening, they will be killed instantly. Make sure Promises of Power are all dispelled before activating this relic. This will be where you pop your defensive and healing cooldowns. The Voidstone looks like a dark egg. Activating it will put a damage absorption on the boss that activated it. While this absorption is up, everyone in the raid receives 100% less healing, so you want to have everyone focusing that boss. Letting Promises of Power stack a bit will help you get rid of this absorption faster. On top of the relic effects, both bosses spawn adds whenever they activate a relic. Faisal will spawn 3 abominations which have 1 cast. If they successfully cast this, they'll die, but their death causes a raid-wide AoE and puts a 6-second debuff on the raid that makes them take more damage from this. To deal with these adds, have only one of them finish their cast at a time. When one dies, mark the next add that should not be interrupted. Once it dies, let the last one do their cast. If you want to help out the healers, make sure to keep all 3 of these interrupted for the entirety of the AoE from the Tempest relic. Slenderman spawns one add called Visage from Beyond that lasts for 90 seconds. It only has one 20-second cast which cannot be interrupted. If the cast finishes, it will do raid-wide AoE and fear everyone for 6 seconds. To stop this cast, you need to bring the add to 1 HP. It'll then slowly regenerate its health before starting the cast again. Both bosses need to be killed around the same time or else they'll heal at 20%, and offensive cooldowns are best saved for the relics, especially the Voidstone or Trident. That was a too long didn't read guide for the Restless Cabal. If you have any questions, let me know. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and have a restful day.